Hey everybody, David the AI Guide here. Welcome to another episode. Please follow us also on Facebook and Twitter. Those channels are going to get a lot more active because there is so much stuff happening in AI now. Some of it worthy of videos, but I don't have time to cover everything. It's not going to happen. But I will be doing short segments on these platforms starting now and going forward because there's just so much to talk about. And also, within the next 2 weeks, we have something very, very special for you coming out on the AI Guide. And I hope you stay tuned for that because this is going to be terrific. Today we're going to talk about how quickly or not things are going to happen with AI. And we're going to use a specific use case, which is autonomous non-passenger vehicles. So that means that these are not private cars, which we've talked about very recently. We talked most recently about Ford rolling out self-driving on divided highways nationwide on their vehicles this year. And there's a lot of other stuff going on that we've talked about. But, I see articles that say that, there's not going to be that much change in terms of people driving and autonomous vehicles, and it's going to be a long time and stuff like that. So I want to mention these articles because I think people underestimate the power of an exponential technology like AI and the converging technologies that AI is putting on steroids, which is robotics, sensors, and more. So what we're going to talk about today is that Intel has just partnered with UDelv to roll out 35,000 fully autonomous delivery vehicles this decade by 2028. So we're talking 7 years, 35,000 of them. And Intel has the chips, right? And UDelv has the vehicle and the sensors and stuff. And so this is a good partnership between two people doing different aspects of AI technologies. But UDelv has been working on these vehicles for quite a while, and they are ready to go into production. It's not a matter of needing to continue to develop these technologies. The technology is matured. The vehicle has been tested. It just needs to be built, which delivery vehicles take longer to build than private passenger vehicles. So, this is one company and they're not going to be able to roll out vast quantities of them. But keep in mind also that Amazon is rolling out its own fully autonomous truck fleet in the future. Electric for now, but fully autonomous down the road. And that'll be 100,000 commercial vehicles. The other one is Ollie, which I believe I've talked about Ollie before. And Ollie, I'm pretty sure, has an autonomous shuttle in the Brooklyn Navy Yard in New York City running between the ferry and the nearest subway stop. So Ollie's little vehicles carry maybe 6-8 people, and they only go from point to point, but they do it fully autonomously. There's no one in the vehicle driving it or anything. And Ollie has another one that is out there in Knox County, Tennessee. That's Knoxville. For those of you who don't know Tennessee that well, but that's in East Tennessee, and Knoxville is a medium-sized city, and Ollie has been testing it, and they are going to be rolling out more and more of these fully autonomous point-to-point people movers like they have done in the Brooklyn Navy Yard and now in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I have mentioned that AI has moved out of the deceptive phase into the disruptive phase. And during the deceptive phase, AI is not that visible to you and me, except for Siri if you use an Apple phone, or Google Assistant if you use a Google phone, Google Home, Amazon's Alexa, stuff like that. But this is different. This is out in public, visible, and instantly recognizable as being game-changing. When you start to see trucks and buses going by with no driver in them, that's going to be an eye-opener, and it's coming fast now. So I think that, I've said this before, but I'll say again, by mid-decade, there's going to start to be major disruption to certain career paths. And now is the time to think about it. Why? Because you have 4, 5, 6 years to prepare, learn something new, and change directions, which I strongly encourage. A similar thing is autonomous 18-wheelers. These cannot run on local streets yet, but they are running in much of the United States on freeways now, still with a human behind the wheel. But as the millions and millions of miles rack up, because these trucks are going I-10 from Jacksonville to LA, all the way across the country, and they're going I-81 from the Washington, D.C. area down through Virginia into Tennessee, and you can go on down to Atlanta on 75 and stuff. But suffice it to say, these vehicles are getting more and more common. Mercedes is building an autonomous 18-wheeler. I believe Freightliner is working on it. There's a bunch of people working on it. Tesla truck, of course. So this is coming fast now, and it's real, and it's been tested, and it works, and it's going to start be mass produced, which will make it very visible and noticeable. So I just wanted to pass this along because these are two mature companies, Ollie and UDelv. They have tested these things amply now. They're ready to go into regular production. They serve different purposes. UDelv's is random autonomous, which means it can go from any point to any point, autonomously delivering packages. And Ollie is point-to-point autonomous. And we're just going to see more and more and more of this stuff, particularly in the big cities, right? This is where you're going to see a lot of this stuff. And on the freeways, as we drive back and forth from different areas of the country, we're going to see these because a lot of the autonomous trucks are marked clearly that they're autonomous. So cool stuff, very cool stuff. The world is changing already. The change is going to accelerate. I've explained quite a few times that AI is an exponential technology and the rate of change is continually increasing, which means that the changes are going to come faster and faster and faster. So be prepared. That's why I started the AI Guide, was to make you aware of these things and give you the opportunity to learn new skills and do something different before it's too late and you suffer in a period of extended unemployment, which is bad for you. So thanks a lot. Click the link below for our free resource to learn more and more about AI. And let me say this, no matter what kind of work you've been doing that may be non-technical, whether it's manual labor or driving a truck or working on a farm or whatever it is, you can start to learn this stuff. You can. And we're going to be giving you the resources to do that. This first resource is to help you learn more about AI for free, all for free. What I'm giving you is free, and where you can go to learn more about AI is free. And this is what you need to do, because it's going to be everywhere, and you need to understand it and be able to work with it to some degree and give yourself options. Thanks. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.